It's Sunday night around 8:06 p.m. I'm a little late this evening. This is more random programming projects with CptWoozle. We're continuing along with the creation of a Centipede clone, trying to figure out all the logic and behavior on our own. Let's kind of do a quick review of what we've done so far. We're using the P5.js library to help us along. We're using some Bootstrap to kind of center things on the page. And other than that, we're just using straight HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. On the JavaScript side, we've sat down and we're using modules so that it just keeps our code looking cleaner kind of on the front end. We're a little light here for right now, but I'll show you the two phases. So we have the would-be ship here that moves around according to mouse movements. We have the firing of bullets so far. We have the centipede that moves down the screen. It bounces off the wall and moves back. We have it so that when it hits when you fire at it and it gets destroyed, it breaks off into smaller chunks and creates more centipedes. Also, when it fires, it creates when you destroy one of the centipede pieces, it destroys, when you destroy one of the centipede pieces, it creates our would-be mushroom. That's just the behavior from what we had it before. Oops. And right now we don't have it displaying any more centipedes just yet, but that's to come. We do have it so that you can destroy the mushrooms just like in the original. And once the mushrooms are gone, they're gone. And we do have random mushrooms displaying. I just don't have them displaying right now. I'm going to try to get things mostly working, and then from there kind of do some debugging. Let's continue down our path. What I was going to work on this particular Sunday was the mouse movements, or for the movements of the would-be spider. The spider is going to be a little bit bigger than the other pieces on the screen, but it comes in a variety of different ways. It either moves horizontally, so it kind of makes a V, and then it moves up and down sometimes. So kind of showcase what we're ultimately going to be, I don't want to say ultimately, but potentially aiming for is this. So let's try to find some version of Centipede that we can play. Let's see. Maybe there won't be any Oh, that's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. Let's try something else. Let's accept all the cookies for now. Let's play. It looked like it was an early version of Centipede. Let's see if we're going to get any commercials for this one. We are. So many commercials. Alright, let's see what we can do. So, yeah. What? I don't want to add any other apps. So, skip the ad. Let's get this going. Let's play. So, as you can see, we'll quiet you. So, as you see, the spider moves up over, and let's see. We destroyed it. So yes, it moves in a diagonal, then it moves up and down, then it moves in a diagonal, moves up, down, and apparently when it moves up and down, it can destroy mushrooms, but not when it moves diagonally. So we'll have it pick a random side, And that destroying of a mushroom might be a bug. Or it's random, and that's a bug, as you can see over there on the left. It shouldn't have just kind of had a centipede just. Yep. Yep. So we got our movement. We could probably make the laser a bit longer, but we're not trying to make an exact clone. We are, yeah. So we're going to work on the spider coming into the screen. I'll actually leave this running so that we can pull it back. I think there are a couple of things. I don't think I need to worry about the centipede moving down vertically. I think if I just create it so that it generates a block. Let's see. I think that it will automatically. There we go. But it killed the other. Well, that's terrible news. Let's take a look. Let's refresh you. I want to see that behavior again. Hit. Ooh, it didn't create the other ones. Yeah, so I think I messed up that behavior. Move vertically, move vertically. Yeah. Head to tail. Let's try that again. So we hit. That's right. Yeah. So I think that's better. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue our programming along those lines. We're going to go ahead and stop our render of it for right now because we don't have a way of pausing. All right. So let's go over here and work on the spider piece. When we draw our spider, we'll mimic what we do over here for Centipede. We're only going to draw one, and let's mimic it up here. What happens when we draw? Let's do a fill of a different color. Let's do purple. Colors. It's the HTML colors. Yeah, let's go to HTML colors. Let's do. I know. Let's come over here to our colors. Let's do a darker purple. Let's do you. We'll grab you. We'll come over here. We'll grab you. And then we'll use this fill color. Yep, there we go. This fill color. And this will draw an ellipse based upon this diameter. And then we will have it move. So the draw for the spider is going to be this dot vector y, and I guess we need a vector up here. Start x, start y. Oh, that's right. We have it. So how do we want to do this? So it's class spider. And we are going to have you start not always in the same spot, but we'll create a spider helper for that. So we'll figure out whether it's going to start all the way on the right or all the way on the left. But we do need to move it at a vector, so let's do this dot vector. And when we init, that is going to tell us this dot start horizontal direction. So that'll tell us which direction it's moving, whether it's going to be left or right. And yep, that'll tell us that. Wait, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? So all we have to do is tell it the initial speed. we don't actually really need the start x. Yeah. Start y. Let's always start it in the same position to start. So let's create a vector. This dot vector is equal to null. And then how do we want to create this vector? So we need to create a new vector. This vector. And we don't have a speed yet. When we create a vector, x number and y number, and this dot speed, it's going to be equal to 1. So when we draw you, let's see, start x, start y, we create a new vector. So we will create a new vector. The start x will be that way. This dot start. We'll start x is going to be equal to 0, and this dot. It's going to be equal to 0. When we draw you, it's going to be equal to this. Let's create a vector. When we init, this dot vector is going to be equal to new. Wait, no, it's going to be equal to create vector. New create vector. The speed right now is going to be equal to this dot speed. Oh, it's going to be equal to x, so it's going to be equal to start x. This dot start x and 0, so it's going to have no speed whatsoever. So that's what we'll do when we init. And this dot draw is going to be equal to this dot vector, this dot y, this diameter. Cool. But then we need to move you so that when we run, we need to, let's say, move. We'll call you move diagonally. Is that right in my spelling? How do we spell diagonally? So we're moving diagonally. And when we move diagonally, we move up based upon the direction and the vertical direction. So we move up and then down. Move diagonally up. And let's do move diagonally down, but let's just see what up is like. So when we want to move horizontally, so we're going to say this dot vector dot x plus equal our speed, and this dot vector dot y plus equal our speed. And what we want to do is when we hit, we want to do this for I don't know how many ticks. How do we determine a tick? I don't know. So we'll move it, and then when it bounces off an edge, we collided with edge. When it bounces off an edge, when it bounces off a top, we'll have it move down. We'll have it change when it bounces off an edge. We'll have it move down? Yeah, when it bounces off the top, we'll change the direction to down, but the y speed will always be the same. So it's going to be this dot horizontal direction. So we'll say x is the horizontal direction. So we'll say if this dot horizontal direction is equal to directions dot left, then you will go negative. That absolute is the way that we've been doing it. Yeah, we go negative. Math dot absolute. This dot speed. Otherwise, math dot absolute. This dot speed. Cool. So we will move accordingly. We're going to be about. I see. I should have done plus. It should have been semicolon. And the y at this particular point diagonally move up. So it's going to move up. And then we have to determine the y. And the diagonal move diagonally is just going to be the same thing. If this dot vertical direction is let's see, horizontally down should be the plus. So yeah, it's the same thing. So left is going to be minus, up is going to be minus, down is going to be plus. So you move horizontally, and when we collide with the edge, there's several things that we're going to do. We'll add the margin right and margin left. So if it collides on the x side, then disappear. Then how do we disappear? I don't think we do anything with it. Collided with edge. And this dot boundary collision handler object. No, if this is possible. So let's see. Properties. So we'll have to delete the object on the other level, on another parent level. So if collided with edge, actually here's a perfect example of when we could use another listener. When it collides with the edge, because you're going to have a unique UUID, we will call our boundary event handler. If collided with edge, this dot vector collided with horizontal edge is what we'll call you. And what we will do is, when that happens, we'll trigger an event. So on our game level, we need an event. Didn't we make one? Draw. I thought we had an event up here. We do. We do have an event. Here it is. Here's our document.event listener. Create mushroom, create single mushroom. Delete spider event listener. Event listener. And it's going to be document.add event listener. It's going to be delete spider. Function E. Yep, we'll just call you E rather than event. Just don't need it. E. And then we'll just have you be spiders. So ship let spiders equal an array, and we'll say spiders dot splice. Let's do a JavaScript splice by a unique ID. JS splice by object property. So splice start count. So we would need to know its position exactly. So property assessor. I guess we could maybe. Hello world name. No, nope, nope, nope. This 1 array 1. Splice object by property. I don't want to splice an object. I want to see, yeah, object filter. So I guess that'll be it. So we would do spiders would be equal to spiders dot filter single spider, where single spider dot ID is equal to event.detail dot ID. And let's double check that because I have it in a mushroom helper where in game create single mushroom, find closest by the mushroom details. Yep, mushroom details.vector. So detail.id, and we passed it along to e.detail. Let's put a debugger in here. So when we collide add event listener, we added it to the Centipede. So in our Centipede, we triggered an event, didn't we? We did. We dispatched an event here. So when we move, we just trigger it. So if this, and I should probably do the same thing, if this dot vector is greater than or equal to or this, then dispatch our event to remove this. And see if that works. We should probably simplify this over here on the left too, because I left in some code when it should have just been one simple line. So rather than call if if the boundary or, because it all goes to the same boundary collision handler. So let's, and then we have our collision with edge, move diagonally. And then how do we call you in the game? We loop through and say handle all of our collisions. So right now we come over here to our setup and we say there's our grid, there's our centipedes, there's our ship. And I think after a little bit of time we want to create spiders, but we'll create a spider at the start. Add spider delay so that every so often, using interval, every so often we'll create a new spider. But for now, we have our list of spiders up here, and we would just do spiders dot push new spider, and the speed is going to be 1. And let's come back up here, and we want to import. What do we want to import? We want to import spider from ./spider.js. New spider, and all we pass in is the speed. And then for the run, for the centipedes, we do the same thing. We use a for loop. And we probably move away from this, but we may not. For let x equal 0, x less than spiders dot length, and then x plus plus, and then const single spider is going to be equal to spiders x, and then we do single spider dot draw, and then we do single spider dot, oh dear, did we create a run? We did. So I'm sorry, it's single spider dot run. This dot move is where we create the X, and then we add in our collided with edge here. This dot collided with edge. And then all we want to do, we want to move diagonally. Well, we have to do the collided with vertical edge. And how do we want to handle you? You still move in the same direction, so we get our canvas limits. So let's do top Y, bottom Y. And when you start all the way over to the left or all the way over to the right. So we'll let that be. So our canvas size minus base, I think it's a base vertical margin. I don't need centipede types. We do have to import the piece, but let's see, base horizontal margin, base vertical margin, and then base bottom margin is there. So it can go as base vertical margin, so it's 30, and then it can go as high as 320. So as high as base vertical margin, but as low as, then it's just going to be equal to this base bottom margin is the top. So between 320 and 370, that's kind of small, but we'll see. And so if when it hits that, all it needs to do is change the when it hits either the top or the bottom, you just switch. So we say this: if vector y is greater than or equal to the top, or is, no, I'm sorry, it's less than or equal to our base bottom margin. Yeah. It shouldn't be base bottom. It should be base top. Base top. Where are we using you at? We're using you in grid. Base top margin 20. Base bottom margin is 320. No. Less than or equal to base bottom margin of 320? Oh, that's right. We limited it. So it can go, we'll call you the same thing. The base top margin, base bottom margin. That's going to be interesting. We'll let that be for right now. So if it's less than the top margin, top y, and greater than or equal to, then we just switch you. We just do the opposite. We say that this dot vertical direction equal up. This dot vertical direction. This dot vertical direction. Nope. This dot vertical direction will be equal to this dot vertical direction. So if we are starting on the left, then there should be positive. And the y, where should we start you at? 10, 20, 10, 20. Search with 320 for the base top margin. Start with base top margin. Okay. So is if the direction is up, then just go down. Otherwise, so when we run, we say this dot collided with vertical edge. And the new speed is going to be moved diagonally. There's nothing. This dot moved diagonally. No need for this. No need for this. There's our draw. Purple. Create init. Base bottom margin isn't used. And we might expand you out. So when we come back over here to game, this dot spiders dot run, and we don't handle collisions just yet. I may need to take another look at that because I think it may actually be responding. No, it just kind of glides over the mushrooms. But let me take a double check. Firefox. Oh, I broke some stuff. Let's close you. Let's open you in Firefox. Yep, you're broken. So let's see. Let's come back over here. Give me a moment. Let's see. Moment. I need to run something. So let's inspect and see what's going on here. Awesome. I forgot to in Spider add types. A .js to this and a .js to you. Base top spider base top spider margin. Base top margin. Nope. I want to find all the uses for you. Should be running. Wait, what? I don't see my purple guy. So come back over to our game. Spiders.push. New spider. Fill. This.move. This.draw. Let's see. So yeah, we can't let that stay. Why don't you? It's a mushroom. Oh, what's going on here? Speed of 1. It's a new spider. This dot init. Create the vector. Create the vector. So the run includes the move and the draw. And diameter. And we are moving diagonally. And if we, the horizontal direction, if you pick one, left or right, and start if the direction is equal to the left. And then start over here, the canvas start, which is 0. And the horizontal direction is going to be left. Let's see something. I need to switch these. It's left. So X is going to start all the way over at the canvas start. And if the canvas is moving in the left, I think I want to go positive. That's where I think the Yep, there it goes. And there is our it was me. It was totally me. What? Well, that's weird. So let's create more spiders. Every so often, add an event listener, and we'll do one here. Create spider event listener. And I want it up here in the setup because I want it to I don't see it deleting the spider. So it looks like if the margin create mushroom. Oh, it's delete spider. And you did it because canvas start. Oh, I see. This it actually should start at the canvas start plus the base horizontal margin. So you should not start at canvas start. You should start at canvas start place, or you should start at canvas start minus horizontal margin. So let's try that again. So you bounced, then you hit this debugger, and when we hit play, it's too big. It's way too big. Play. Oh, I left 2 in there. It should be create spider. The spider. No debugger here. Oh, cool. I created one over here. Then if we hit play, why do you keep running? So we created you, and it should delete you. You did not. Oh, I know why. Because I am an idiot. So we bounce, and then when it hits the edge, cool. And every so often, we should do a new spider. And this speed is going to change. This speed is going to change accordingly, but right now it's going to be set to 1. So let's create our interval creator. So set interval. All right. So every so often we are going to have it create a spider. Yeah, let's do that. Const set interval. We'll have it create a spider every so often. And we'll kind of put you down here in the draw, mouse pressed. Handle firing. Random spider creation. Let's do something. Randomly trigger event. Random trigger event for bots. Maybe somebody. We already have the event. Random trigger event. So we do want that, but how do an event trigger? So the random creation is not. The time is when to call it. So I guess every so often. Let's see. Every so often. How would we randomly trigger an event? Yeah, something like this. For random. Hey, that fires it once. Method floor, set timeout. And yeah, something like this. So let's give that a try. Handle spider, random spider creation. Do this. Const start spider creation. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to change these into arrow functions. So let spider start time equal math.floor times 500. Da 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 da. What are you grumpy about? Spider. Da da da. Expected. And then set timeout. Oh, and then inside here. Yep. Create single spider. And then single spider time. Timer. What are you grumpy about? That floor. Da 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 da. You code here. My callback. What? No. Function create single spider. What's going on here? Let's format you. Code. What are you so grumpy about? Let's. Is it? Can we not do functions in here? Have to say function? Doesn't seem to like. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Get my arrow. Set timeout. Just starts it. Code. Create single spider. Math.random between 1 and, I don't know, 5,000. And then set timeout. Create single spider. And starts our loop. And inside of here, we want to trigger the event. And to trigger the event, we'll just do this. Document the dispatch. Yeah, this should work just fine. So document the dispatch. Create spider. There's nothing to create. We might eventually want to make this so that it does speed, but once we create one spider, so start spider intervals, and let's see whether that works. Let's refresh. Yep, that's one. Let's see how long it takes to create another spider. Then we have to create the collision for the spider. We haven't done any of the collisions for the ships yet. So, but we do have a collision for... We have a collisioning on the right. Well, let's see if it creates another spider. I might increase the intervals on this because I think it might be taking too long. So, okay. So, I don't see it creating a new spider just yet. It's been a few minutes. How long does it time to create one? 5,000? We set the interval to... Oh, no wonder. A. There's no A. So there's... Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a little too much. But it is creating them randomly. So there's another... There's no... Wait, it's another one. Cool. So it is moving them. That's part of our functionality that moves. Let's spread those out so they're not 5,000. Let's do 15,000. So every 15 seconds. And we never know when it's going to be. So it could be between. There's one. There's another. Let's say every 20 seconds, potentially. So let's refresh. We never know. It could be 3. Let's start you at a higher number of 10,000. And let's put you at 30. So we never know when it's going to be. It'll randomly create a spider. And then we have to add the additional movements. So far we have it so that it creates our potential spider. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Add a diameter of 14. Yeah, okay. And now we have to do, so it randomly will stop. So let's add some randomness in here. Collide with the vertical edge. So we have it move diagonally for now when it comes onto the screen. Then it needs to move horizontally for a period of time. Horizontally for a period of time. Also, yeah, we need to change you over to a const mouse press. Let's see if that works. Yeah, cool. Doesn't affect you. I'm going to leave you as constants right now. We've taken all of our mushroom constants out so we can clean you up a little bit. Mushrooms to create. And we'll need to create functionality for this. We'll put that in the mushroom helper so that every so often spider event listeners. I think they just randomly destroy mushrooms. I don't know if they randomly create mushrooms. So let's go back over to our spider. Move horizontally. So we just need to move up and down for... Let's actually take a look at how it works. Somebody. Let's take a look again. So here's our game. Let's do submit. Click to restart. Oh, well. Now we have another. Let's try again. I see. Oh boy. Oh boy. More commercials. So we have our up and down. One. Oops. That's all we wanted to do. Left, right, up, down. 1, 2. Oh, I see. So it moves diagonally. 1, 2, up. So randomly we stop it, and goes up, down. Gets back to the same position that it was. Okay. So, boy. We don't have any. Oh, there's our spider now. Well, that was weird. So move horizontally. So every once in a while, we're going to move the whole way up. How do we do that? Pause. We're going to just go down, bounce once, move horizontally. So every once in a while, we need to. I am unsure. So every once in a while, we're going to pause. And we're going to just move vertically up and down. So we've already done a pause before. And we can speed this up. So horizontally. We need to pause at current position. We want to get the X and Y. We want to move horizontally. Oh, I apologize. We want to move vertically. Vertically. Up. Move vertically. Move vertically. How do we want to move vertically? So we're at the bottom. We want to move up. Top. We want to move down. But it could be in any position. So sometimes when we collide with the bottom, let's double check. Because I think it's only when we collide at the bottom. Come on. Oh no. Another commercial. All right. All right. So let's see. Oh no. Oh good God. I can't stand this. Let's see. Let's get out. It's just too many commercials. Too many damn commercials. Let's play. Let's see if it'll let us just. I can't stand this. I just can't stand all these commercials. So many of those damn commercials. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. All right. I hate these commercials so much. Like, if there's anything that would make me never buy a product, it's these commercials. I would never do it. I hate them so much. I would never ever buy these products if I had to. Let's silence you. So move up, down, up, down. So it's randomly when you're at the top or the bottom. And it doesn't seem to pay attention to. I can't tell what it's doing. I can't tell if it's colliding with the mushrooms or not, because sometimes it doesn't. Um, then there's something that randomly creates mushrooms. I gotta worry about that next. But I think goes faster and faster. Centipedes come down. The speed of the spider goes up. I see. So then I have to incorporate the random mushroom creator. Okay. So what we'll do is every time it collides with an edge vertically, we will do this in here. We will say horizontal edge, vertical edge, yeah. So collided with vertical edge. With, we need to add a listener. So we'll say this dot paused is equal to false. And we'll say this. If this dot paused, return true. Return. Just exit. So when we collide with an edge vertically every so often, we need to move vertically. So move diagonally, and every so often we pause. This not pause is equal to true. Let's create our random pauser here. So we do it in game. So the random pause. Random pause. And it's going to be similar to this. Let spider pause timer. every so often. It's going to be pretty fast to start. Let's do 10,000 as you. Set timeout. Pause spider here. Spider. Every so often, we set the timeout and we pause the spider. Then we start the timer again. And this we might speed up to 10,000. We might speed this up so it does it more often. We don't dispatch any event. This dot paused is equal to true. And then we set timeout where we pause pause the spider again and with this timer. And then we add this dot random pause. And we add in our move, this dot move vertically in here. And our move vertically only happens if not paused, return. It runs. We set. It runs. We move it up. We move it down. We move it up and we move it down. Ooh, we're gonna handle that. So every so often, we just turn you on and have you move up and down. So you run, you pause, you go up, you go down, and then you loop through. No, we don't want to keep doing this because it'll keep adding random pauses. No. We want to trigger something. Otherwise, it'll keep calling that dispatch event. Every time we move, it'll create a new interval and just keep going and going and going. How do we want to do you? Yes, let's add a event where we find one of the spiders. And add a pause. Can we do that? Oh, I guess it doesn't. It's one. It's a one timeout. So let's do it. Yeah, let's do it this way. We'll create a pause. Looks like I broke something. Pause is not defined. This dot pause. This spider. Equal this. Yeah. There we go. So let's pause. Let's hope we don't repeat ourselves and crash. This dot paused. Didn't I say the paused? Yeah, this dot paused. It's undefined. Oh. Vertically. If it's not paused, then return. Otherwise, we're going to go vertically up and down until We go X. We want to go up and down. So there we go. This dot vector. And then after it does that for a while, I can just set a timeout. So yeah, we'll set the timeout to, what are we going to do? We will unpause ourselves, and we'll do that after like 5 seconds. I don't like this approach. I think it should be less chaotic. So, because it moves onto the screen and then randomly it should unpause. So, yeah, we'll randomly unpause this spider dot paused is equal to false. So you're going to come out onto the screen. Look at that weird movement. All right. So 5 seconds is not enough. Let's do 5 seconds. Yeah, 5,000. So it comes out, moves up and down. And then weirdly diagonally. Something's wrong. Pause spider. Random pause. So every so often we randomly pause, and then we move in weird directions up and down. Then when we pause it, this up and down, which works fine. So that part works. It's afterwards. What's it doing? Pause the set to false. And if this dot paused, then I guess would be easier to, yeah, I know what I'm going to do. If this dot paused, move vertically. Let's have it not always do it, and only when this dot paused is run. So let's see how that behaves. Up and down. And nope, you're still being wonky. If this dot paused, we move vertically, which means that you would never run to begin with. I don't need you. Is it you? Is it this funky pause? Oh no. Oh no. Oof, it's wrong. I think it's this set timeout the way I have it set up. I think this random pause is causing it to, yeah, much smoother than, I think it's because it's attempting to create timeout after timeout after timeout after timeout. How can we do this? Every so often, you should just have it pause. And I don't think I can control it inside of this because it's constantly, well, yeah, we could. We could. So when we do our init, it's a simple object and it keeps drawing itself, but it's not always moving. So we can still leave in the random pause, and we'll just move you up and have you run when you first initialize yourself. So random pause, da 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 da, and then we'll do this dot random pause. And let's see how that works. So you still move to the left and to the right. I see you moving. and then it starts moving, but it always does it at the same time. So then it bounces along, and it's not random anymore. So the random pause needs to happen at the same time every time? No, that's way too high. So let's take it down to 5. So then it comes onto the screen, it bounces up and down, and then it moves over, and then does it ever go back up and down? It needs to go often, more often than that. So let's go down to 3,000. So up, down. I feel like it does it too often, too soon. Then it bounces, and 3 seconds is too far away. Yeah. Yep. Let's have you go every... Yeah, 1,000 is fine. So, but you always do it immediately in. I feel like it's not long enough. I don't think it's long enough. But you do... Oh, yep. It bounces inside. Wait, all right. But now is it going too often? And it's generating too many spiders. And I never know when it's going to do. But that's fine. Let's shorten you so that you're every 5,000 or 500. This dot pause spider, and it only creates one set timeout. So randomly creates one. It comes in, it goes left, up and down. And then it goes to the left, and then I never know when it's going to pause again. I don't think it's pausing enough and going up and down enough. So it does pause here, which I think is too soon. Let's change you up. So let's set the default timer, but it's always random. Let's do 500 here too. No. 2,000? Comes in, that's fine. Then it does the up and down, that's much better. Then it bounces. I think it's too short. It's way too short. Every 2 seconds. Bounces. And then it comes in, and it's going to not... Yep, there it is. Goes up and down. Wait, wait, hold on. This unpaused. I think the interval is now too short. I think 1,000 is about as long as it's going to go, because it needs to bounce up and down for a period of 5,000 seconds. So let's bounce for only a period of 1,000. And then let's see how that behaves. So we've started it. Is this going to work? Or am I failing here? We have no spiders now. Well, that sucks. Move and then I've misspelled move vertically. Moves in, up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, I see. So I need you to be a little longer, and I need you to pause a little longer. Moves in, up, down, up, moves over. Okay, up, down. I think that's all right. And we can have multiple spiders come in, and that'll work. All right, so we have our movement functionality in place. The only thing I'm a little bothered by is the fact that all the spiders came in from the right-hand side, but I do have it randomly generating it. Maybe it's not quite right. And I don't see it generating any more spiders afterwards, but maybe, oh, there's one. Yeah, so I never know when it's going to generate a spider, but that's okay. So We have the centipede working. We have the spider moving around the screen. I think the next thing that I want to work on is having it so that when the spider... Well, let's add a pause. Let's see how in P5 we can add a pause functionality. P5 pause. Pause. Literally built in. Pause is an HTML media element. Ooh. Maybe that's not the one we want? Nope, that's for the sound. No. Let's see if there's a way to pause. Is there anything something like this? If running, return. Update. Let's see. I don't know. Awkward pause. How to freeze the canvas. Draw. Setup. Bar.show. No, I don't see it here. Setup. Draw. Wait. Wait for a second. This is what we call a draw loop. So what we want to do is, I assume that we want to do the single draw. No, we don't want to delay. Safari pause play. Sound.stop. No. I think what we want to do is say no loop. So let's give that a try. So we say no cursor, P5 no loop. P5 no loop. If loop is called, the code begins to run continuously again. If using no loop in setup, so line draw. Oh, I see. So we could do a space bar where we say no loop. So let's give that a try. Let's take a look. P5 space bar. Key pressed. And then we can see, yeah, so we'll do this. Let pause equal false. And we'll add a quick pause button in here. So handle firing, handle pause. If the key is equal to, what are you grumpy about? Oh yeah. If the key equals this, this dot, oh, I'm sorry. Paused. We'll make this an is paused. Yeah, is paused with a D is going to be equal to false. So is paused is going to be equal to bang operator of paused. And then we just do a simple check, I guess. If, yeah, we'll just always do this. And we'll say, yeah. And then it will always execute, and then we'll do this. If the key is equal pressed, I guess we'll just do this. If the key is equal to pressed and paused, I don't know. I like this. So we'll do is paused and I guess the second if. Yeah, if we're gonna do two ifs, because we're gonna have to. if it's equal to spaced and is paused, we flip it and we say, what is it, no loop? Yeah, we say, where is it? Key pressed, P5, no loop. Yeah, I think it's just no loop. Yeah, P5. So we just say no loop. Oh, if it is paused, it's what, loop? If the key is pressed and is paused, loop, and then return. So whenever a key is pressed, and it's paused, ooh, hold on. The key is pressed and is paused, we flip it, set the true, pause is false now, we loop, we return. Otherwise, we no loop, but we always do this. You always do this. I guess we're gonna have to. So when it's paused, we will always flip it. And if is paused, no loop. Otherwise, loop. I don't like how that looks. I feel like we could make it easier. Let's go over here and see what it behaves like. So we're paused. Hit the space key. All right. Oh, hold on. We have to add window dot. No. We have to add it in here. Window dot key pressed is equal to key pressed. Zoom back in. Back over here. Pause. Nice. Unpause. Pause. Unpause. Pause. Yeah. So there's our pause. Then the spiders are now set. Well, let's add back in some of the mushrooms. Let's come over here to our game setup and add back in the mushrooms. Mushrooms to create. Let's create like 30 to start. Nice. So then we have our mushrooms and our would-be spider and our centipede, which bounces off the mushrooms. And our mushrooms are destroyable. I guess we need to kind of have a, we'll do a pause. And then our pause works. Cool. And then let's actually have it so that when the ship collides, I guess we actually need to have the points. So let's keep track of a score somewhere. And I don't know how to write with P5. Like, you can just throw it on the page, but I think P5 has the ability to do text. So draws text to the canvas. Yeah, let's try putting a variable up there. Background sky blue. How do we want our canvas is all black? So I guess we could put there's no need for a background, but we can put a color. I guess we'll put it in white. And so let's add the score. And I'll probably move this eventually into another function like I usually do, or another class equals 0. Text is equal to score. And text size of 100. Text size of 100? Let's see what that looks like. I don't see it. Oh, I know why. I need to make it a background color. Text stroke fill 255. Yeah. So fill of white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's look with that. I don't see this text. I don't see this text. Text size 32. Let's try this. Let's play around with this. Text. I don't see this high anywhere. Fill view stroke 0. Still don't see this text anywhere. I wonder if we need to move you further down. Let's give that a try. Creating our grid, we create our scores. I still see no text. 50 by 50. Why are you not displaying? We're doing this in our setup, right? We are doing it in our setup. No cursor. Unresolved function text. Is this a library I need to include? No. Or it's loaded with load font calling. Stroke has no effect in the WebGL mode. I don't think I have WebGL mode on. I didn't describe a background. I don't really care about the stroke weight, but you're still not displaying. Let's see. Guess I could rotate it, but I don't want to rotate. Let S equal the quick brown fox, rectangular mode, background 200. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing this at all. Why are we not seeing you in our setup? Let's see. P5 words. Okay. Draw word. What? Okay, can we use that in setup? But it looks like every time I run text, it's just not working. Drawing text. Click and drag. I see it right there. It looks like it works better in the draw function. So let's put you up here, because I'm going to have to anyway. Add our score. No. Where is our text? Add our score. Doing it wrong. So let's try something else. Let's put you all the way down here. There's our wording. Finally. So let's move you around. So there's our high. What happens when we move you over is to 0 and up 10. And it's a little too far. So let's move you all the way over to the right. Let's move you at 20. Yeah, that's a little further down. Let's do 30. And let's move you all the way over to the right. So let's say 400. Nope, that's too far. 0. Let's do 380. It's too far. Let's do 350. Too far. 370. And let's bring you down a bit. Do we need the stroke and stroke weight? Yeah, let's make you smaller too. Stroke rate of 3. And size of maybe 20. And let's move you up then 22. And let's swap you back out with the word our scoring, which is going to be here. And let's move you, let's make you still a little smaller. Let's go down to like 14 pixels and move you up some. Let's do 15. And then have it so that every time they collided bullets, get the collided bullets, we remove the collided bullets, and every time we hit a centipede, we add a score plus equal 100. That messed up something. Now we have way too much spacing. What, if we take you away, does that work? No, something's wrong. I messed up somewhere. Oh, I know where I messed up. I think, is it you guys? Yep. So, and then fill. So let's see what happens when we, nope. Nope. Oh, I know why. I took out my scoring. Hey, how's it going? Nice. So we don't get any points for destroying mushrooms. We do get points for destroying the centipede, and our centipede is off again. I'm going to have to add some logic in for that. It does destroy the mushrooms, and nice. It should be 1,000 though, because the centipede is longer than that. So 100. It's going actually not too terrible. I have the centipede moving across the screen, as you can see. I have what would be or will be eventually a ship-shaped thing, which is down here that moves by mouse movement. Oh, I should probably change my layout. Let's see, I apologize. Let me finish explaining one then the other, otherwise I'll get very distracted. So I have the ship moving. I have the centipede bouncing off of the mushrooms, which are the red blocks, or will be mushrooms. So they do move down the screen. They bounce off the edges and move slowly down. And I have what will be a potential random, or is a random kind of spider that appears over to the right, moves diagonally similar to the way that the game did, and then bounces off screen. So it does move diagonally, comes in. Sometimes there's two of them. They move diagonally, and voila. So it's going pretty well. Right now I'm working on scoring so that when you destroy one of the centipede pieces, it scores it. And then I'm going to have it. I guess the game engine is called P5, but it's not specifically a game engine. It is just a JavaScript library. I decided to kind of build all of this by hand. I guess you could say by hand. I'm still using a library. So P5, I think it's in my Twitch information, so you could take down there. So P5 is the library, and the other library that I'm using for it is there's a collision library. that was generated for P5 that I'm using as well to handle some of my collisions. But that's about it. Yeah, this one right here by Ben Moore in the collision 2D. So that's all I'm using. Everything else is being generated by me in terms of like the physics and what have you. So that's about it. So that's about where I'm at for now. And again, I'm still adding some things. So, but there's 500. Let's see. That's the random trigger, ray filtering. Oh yes, and I have it so that you can destroy some of the mushrooms, just like Centipede. But yeah, there's no specific game engine here. Yeah, that's the correct score, 1,000. Let's move you a little, make you a little bit smaller in terms of text size, and let's move you a little further onto the screen. So instead of being 370, let's make you 360. And that's our score. Let's move you a little further up. All right, cool. So it's in the upper right-hand corner. There's our text size. It's adding our score together. We display our ship. We keep track of scoring. Let's add the score in for the destruction of the spider next. So, just like our mushrooms, we'll add in some collided. So when the bullet collides with the mushroom, we have the functionality here. Let's add in the functionality for when the bullet collides with the spider. Bullet collided. We're going to pass in a single bullet. Actually, I guess we'll use bullets since it's one spider. That way each one will handle it individually. And I guess, how did we handle it before? So mushroom handler, we use a mushroom handler. The spider, so we'll loop through the bullets. We need to be able to get it up here in our move functionality, or do we? No, we'll just add it in here. So yeah, this dot run and then single spider dot bullets. When I misspelled bullet. Bullet collided dot bullet collided, and we'll pass in our array of bullets. So we'll do similar to what we did there. Bullet handler dot get bullets. I think I will add, so the way that I did the bullet handler over here is I had it collide. I think the better approach, instead of having it get the list of bullets that we return back, is we create, or that I create, I say we. Let's add a bullet handler event here. Bullet handler, bullet collision event listeners. And we'll add one to delete a bullet. Delete bullet. And what it'll do is delete a bullet when colliding with a centipede or spider. And when it happens, and the score. And so I think for each of my bullets, let me double check. Yeah, for each of my bullets, I create a unique ID. So inside our bullet helper, I can just pop off one of these bullets. So remove collided bullets. And where do I use you? We remove collided bullets and remove collided bullets. So yeah, I already have functionality that removes the list of collided bullets. And all I would have to do is, in my event handler, is say bullet handler dot remove collided bullets. So yeah, delete the bullet. Wait, what? What happened here? Bullet handler, this dot collided bullets. There it is. We'll copy you. This dot remove collided bullets, and then add the score. So let's do a couple of things. Bullets and bullet handler. Before we make that bullet handler, there, get bullets collided. So we need to do the same thing that we do handle bullet collisions in Centipede. So we take the collided bullets, and see if there are no collided bullets, but we don't have to worry about this because it's not going to do anything if there are no collided bullets. There's no event to call, so we'll loop through the number of bullets. Yep, we'll loop through the number of bullets, get the current bullet, and we don't have to do the centipede here, but we do need to see bullet collided. How do we want to do this? Bullet collided with circular object. I think we'll call you handle bullet collisions instead. And this handle, we'll call you did collide with circular object. And we can make you, that way we can make it a bit more robust. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to change how, before I got too deep into it, I wanted to change the chat box background so that it didn't look. Yeah, we'll choose boxed. Did that work immediately? No, it didn't. Change. Box. Chat delay. High delay. Now let's do boxed. Guess it won't let me change the background color. I'll have to mess around with that. Oh, I can change the background color. Background color should not be black. Let's make it white. And then the text color by default should be yep. Why aren't you changing, chat box? Why aren't you changing? I'll worry about it later. Anyway, did collide with circular object. Our object. And we'll return the same thing. Return collided with circular object. This dot vector y, this dot vector x, this dot diameter, which we have up here. 14 did collide. Object r. So we'll do the same thing. Current bullet. If this dot did collide with object current bullet, then we'll send an event back up to here. We'll send an event that returns the bullet information and the score. We'll dispatch an event. Custom engine. Our event name is delete bullet. And we're going to send back the current bullet. We want to send back an object. The bullet and the score. And the spider scores, they might go up at times, but this dot value is going to be equal to 300. So we'll send back this dot value every time it collides. This dot value, nope, value. So then we come back over here to our event and we say, we pass in e.detail.bullet, and that will .bullet.id and add the score, and we'll say score plus equals e.detail.score. Let's see if I broke a bunch of stuff. I did. Bullet collided is not a function. Handle bullet collisions is what I called it. So create a single spider. Create runs at random. Here's my spider handler. And let's see what you look like. So then we have our bullets. Let's see. Oh, we don't get rid of the spider. We need to delete the spider. When we handle bullet collision, if this, we dispatch that event. We dispatch the delete event. And then we break. So let's see. Fire. Oops. Nope. That didn't work. Why didn't you work? Our list of bullets. I don't need the collided bullets. Something didn't work. So bullet handler dot run. This bullet handler dot get bullets. Single spider dot handler. Let's put a debugger in here. See what's going on. Oh, let's stop that right off the bat then. So, if no bullets or bullets.length is equal to 0, equal to 0, then just return, don't do jack. So we don't have any bullets yet, but now we do. Well, that's being dumb. So we really only want to see you when you collided. So we have this. Why are you not colliding? This. Return this dot vector x, this dot vector y. That's what our vector is called. This dot diameter. I don't see anything that would cause it to break. This dot handle bullet collisions. So you have the current bullet. This dot object dot y dot object dot r. What is going on here? I don't see anything. Return dot debugger. If this dot did collide with circular object, I have the same thing in here. Didn't I call you? Did that collide with circular object? Yeah. Boundary collision handler, collide with edge, collide with bottom, boundary collision handler, collide with circular object. Yeah. Did collide with circular object. That's right. Let's collide with circle. Let's put a debugger in here. We debug. Let's do this. Let's console.log our bullet, current bullet. Otherwise, we're going to freeze it every time. So we see the bullet. Velocity. So this is what we see. So we get our bullet. We have our draw. We have our diameter. Keep doing it. So all of that's working. So let's see. We console log the current bullet. If this got collided with, it should. This should work perfectly. Let's see. Collide with circle, circle. I don't see any errors, but we're not dispatching the event to delete the mushroom or delete the bullet. So, and we're not hitting our internal debugger statements, so that means we're failing. Yeah, okay. How can we troubleshoot this? Alright, let's see. Did collide with object, this dot vector y, this dot vector x. You say you're unresolved. You're inside of our draw function. We shouldn't run you if there's no spiders. So, if no spiders, oh, let's do this. If spiders and spiders.length is greater than 0, then we'll run you. Otherwise, we won't. So you're not always running. Same thing with you. If centipedes and centipedes.length is greater than 0, we'll do the same thing here. Yeah. That way we're not always running. Same thing with our bullet handler here. So we'll collide with circular objects is failing. But we know what this dot vector y is. Let's console log this to see here. Object, then pause. We have it. It's there. I see you. Let's put a point here. Const info is going to be equal to this. Console.log info. Actually, we should also console.log the object to see what's going on there. Because if the object is null, that could be the problem. And let's finally see false. We got the bullet. We are getting the bullet. We are getting this. So that means, let's see what this dot vector y and vector x is. This dot vector x, this dot vector y. Man, troubleshooting this is a pain. No, we have it. So then, what is going... Wait a moment. I think I figured it out. When we do our handle bullet collision, and we run in the Centipede, we pull down the current piece, we pull down the current bullet, we say get bullet, we don't pass in the bare bullet. That's the problem. We say current bullet dot get bullet, and that is because my bullets have a vector, not a straight X or Y. So I have to say get bullet, and then let's see if it works now. As soon as we get a spider, let's destroy some of these mushrooms. And this is why I usually do this without mushrooms. There's one. What? All right, that still didn't work. This.current bullet.get bullet. This.vector.y.object.x. It loops the number of bullets. Get bullet. Something is not right. Something is not right. We do remove the collided bullet. And did collide with circular object. Get bullet. Still nothing. Did object info. Oh. Here we go. My return statement back. All right. So now there's my debugger statement. We have successfully hit our bullet and successfully hit a spider. There we go. So now we've successfully destroyed a spider. We added 300 to the score points. And as we destroy the centipede, that goes away. Another spider has appeared. And if we shoot it, our score goes up to 900. So that's what we need to. So the next steps after this are going to be to add handle the collisions, so that when and we'll probably refactor some things. So right now I have it so that the mushroom handler handles the deletion, but now that I can add events, and each individual mushroom has its own unique ID, what we can do is we can say create kind of collision events for each individual piece, rather than a collision event for them. So for the single spiders, that'll be fine. For the mushrooms, rather than using a mushroom helper to kind of handle that, to handle the mushroom collisions, we will have each individual mushroom handle the collision, and then pass it to the larger piece, so that the mushroom helper becomes more of a holder. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I never finished the modification over here on the game. So we finished spider, not completely, but partially. The only thing we have to handle is the collision with the ship, which destroys the ship and the spider. But over here in the centipede, what we need to do is, when the centipede collides with a bullet, what we want to do is we want to take the old piece, we want to handle that, but we also want to, instead of returning the bullets, we want to have it so that, similar to spider, we just tell it to delete a bullet. So we tell it to delete a bullet, and it'll simplify what we bring back. And we should actually just say current bullet.id. Yep. Yep. Same thing with spider. Current bullet.id. And we should probably call you, instead of bullet, bullet ID. Same thing over here, bullet ID. Try to be more specific with our code so that we're just not futzing around. And you're going to be detail.bullet ID. And we add the score. There's our bullet handler. This gets rid of the individual bullet. And we now no longer need to collect the collided bullet. Handle bullet collisions. We'll leave this for now. There's nothing to return. You're just going to return the list of new centipedes, and you're just going to return the list of new centipedes. And then on our game, down here, where we handle this complex collisions, we no longer need to grab the list of collided bullets. All you're going to do is return the array of new centipedes that should be created. Yeah. Which is going to be an array. Centipede data. We'll call you new centipede data. New centipede data. And we will say if new centipede data exists and the length is greater than 0, then we go through and we loop through it. And then we splice on the other ones. And we'll probably move that into an event handler as well. It feels like it's going to be a bit cleaner code-wise, but I broke something. Missing curly bracket in spider. Oh yeah, I am missing a curly bracket. Comma. Let's see how this works. So delete you, that adds 300. Delete you, that adds 300. Nice. And I should probably have it so that we delete the bullet the same way when we hit a mushroom. So a mushroom collided bullet handler dot remove collided bullets. So yeah, so we would just simply call you the mushroom handler dot handle bullet collisions, then return nothing. And inside here, inside our mushroom helper, again, we'll move you eventually. So we'll move you step by step. There's nothing to remove. And in here in our mushroom helper, collided with bullets, we'll move you into its own individual thing. So we get all the collided bullets, and we return this potential array of collided bullets. And we'll pause that for right now, so that this will add a to-do here. Put it right in our game functionality because it'll break when I start it again. Get the collided bullets. Move this functionality into the mushroom itself. Oh, let's take a pause and see how long it'll take to do. Bullet collided. And I guess we'll move it handle. Yeah, we'll do this. Handle bullet collision and a list of bullets. So then we'll get the list of bullets. Make sure that if there's no bullets, return. We look through them and we loop through it and do this. It's actually going to be pretty simple. You. So we loop through the list of bullets, get the current bullet, and we said we'll name you to did collide with, yeah, did collide with circular object, so you're going to be the same. The object, that way they can be universal. So if we have other circular objects that they collide with, it'll handle that. So there's that. Get the bullet, delete the bullet. And when that also happens, the mushroom handler should this.mushroom.length. How do we handle that? Oh, yeah. So, get the current mushroom. That way we don't have to do it individually. Bulleted collide, we'll handle that. And we check if it collided, we tell it to delete the bullet, and we do the following. This dot did survive hit. So when we check that, where were we? Mushroom helper. If current mushroom. So when we hit mushroom bullet collided, no longer have you bullet collided. So we return the bullets. Current bullet. I think did not survive hit. So what we do is if this did not survive hit, yeah, when it gets hit, we subtract 1 from it, return true, and reduce the height. Yeah, we resize the mushroom vertically. So if this did not survive hit, we remove the collided mushroom, which we can just pop off here. So this will clean this up a little bit. So this did not survive hit. Yeah, we'll do this. If this mushroom didn't survive hit, then we send handle bullet collision. We could probably break these off into smaller functions. We could do this. Check mushroom survival. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll simply do an if statement here, where we'll delegate out to here. Delete mushroom. And the detail is going to be the mushroom ID. And it's going to be this .id. There's nothing to do. So we could just run this dot check mushroom survival. It'll handle the hit. It'll take the hit. And it'll handle that. And if it's then it'll delete the mushroom. And so check mushroom survival. Yeah. We could probably split this into something smaller, but I'll refactor at a later version. Handle bullet collisions. I guess we should handle bullet collision. The list of bullets. Mushroom helper. So we have the list of bullets. And we don't loop through each of those. What we do is we loop through each of the mushrooms. Handle bullet collision. Get the list of mushrooms. And for each of the mushrooms, we handle the bullet collision. And then we pass in this full list of bullets. If current mushroom dot. And it doesn't return anything, right? Yeah, we don't return jack. So if current, less things to bring back. Handle bullet collisions. Yeah, less things to bring back. We just have to loop through once. And we could probably even make it easier by doing this.mushroom.x. Dot that. We don't need to return the collided bullets anymore. We still will remove the collided mushrooms, but we'll do that as an event handler. So there's our mushroom. We handle the destruction, and then we need to handle this in the game level. So let's add an event handler up here. Spider listener events, we'll add one here for the mushroom. Mushroom. Collision. Event. Listener. And we'll add one here. And the name of that event handler is going to be delete mushroom. This just kind of makes things a little cleaner. A little cleaner. And this is going to come back up to our mushroom handler. And our mushroom handler is going to mushroom update mushroom handler dot handle event get the collided bullets. So we get the collided bullets, and we could actually move you up. Say yeah, we can just put you up here. And we use a universal mushroom handler event, handle bullet collisions. Yep. Oops. We move you up. And inside of our mushroom helper, remove collided mushrooms. And we add you to the game section that says remove collided mushrooms. And is it a single ID? Mushroom. Yeah, mushroom ID. e.detail.mushroom ID. All right. We don't add anything to the score when that happens. Let's see what we broke. I broke something. So the object.vector is undefined. We broke something. Mushroom. Object.vector. Did collide with circular object. Nope. It should just be object.x because I use the y, x and the y. So let's see. Nope. You're not working. So did collide with circular object. It's here. We get bullet. This dot height, the width. We have you. Do we have you? Yeah, this dot height, dot width. Line with rectangular circle. This dot object dot y diameter. If did collide with bullet. Debugger. Let's put it here. Fire. Nope. And here's where I fuck up again somehow. Debugger. Unless I didn't put you in the right spot. You did. So there are bullets. We loop through the bullets. If this dot did collide with the current bullet dot bullet. I know I'm messing up something here because I did this before. Should not survive hit. Delete bullet. Nope, you're not working. This dot get bullet. This dot x dot y. Object dot x dot y. R. R is what you're called. Yep. And a lot of this is just me forgetting some of my code. So, nope. It's that last piece there. So, did not survive hit. Less than or equal to 1. Return true. Dot height. If hit point minus equal 1. So it's at least it's just deleting the, but it's not sending back this .id. Mushroom.id. If okay. So I think it's here. Remove collided mushroom. I think it's just one ID. Yeah. Yep, that's what it is. It's just one ID. And now it's gone. Nice. So, yeah. So, yeah. So I think that's a good stopping point for right now. Yeah, that's a good stopping point for right now, I think. So here's where we are with the game so far. We have it so that we have what it would be the spider is going to be the, and we'll zoom out a little bit. We maximize you and zoom out a little bit. So we have it so that the spider appears on the screen. It moves diagonally across and up and down. We'll probably increase the speed a little bit. When you destroy the spider, you get 600 points. And I messed up. Not a number. Not a number? None. Score plus equals detail score. I could probably add a second event listener for the score. But let's come down here. When we hit one, bullet ID, this dot score is part of Centipede. This dot score is equal to this dot value. Wait, hold on. Where is this at? Centipede piece? No. Nope. I don't have a score here. So this dot score. This dot, oh. Let's do score. Delete bullet. And there's no value set for here. So when we destroy one, it's going to be this dot value. And it's going to be equal to 100. So let's try that one more time. So anyway, we have the potential ship. You're returning this dot value. Yeah. Otherwise, you don't dispatch anything. What are you equal to? 100? What? Oh, I see. My delete bullet includes a score. So what I should do is only add the score if something is set. So if e.detail.score, then detail.score, otherwise 0. So then when I destroy a mushroom, it doesn't do anything. And then when we destroy a spider, we get that. Destroying centipede pieces gives you 100. The centipedes continue to bounce. And if you've never seen the original centipede, when you destroy a centipede, it generates and creates a block. So we have the scoring in. We have the spiders working, moving across the screen, though I think I want to randomize their functionality and move a little bit more, so we'll kind of polish that a little bit later. We have the mushrooms deleting or being destroyed, and then the only thing we have left, well, there's a bunch of stuff we have left. So we have the score. Once the centipede is destroyed, we need to create a new one, and we need to create collisions for when the spider or the centipede hits the ship. So that's all that we have left. And then we'll start to polish up stuff and start replacing images and so forth and so on. Like adding spider legs and creating kind of a level advancement where there's more, when the centipedes increases speed ever so slightly, So that's where we're at now, and we'll kind of keep going from there. Thank you everyone for tuning in again this Sunday. I'll be on tomorrow again for more pieces. So tomorrow I will start tackling when the ship collides with a spider, or when the ship collides with a centipede. And that will just kind of progress us along. But I think it's not going too badly at the moment. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in again. I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a good Sunday. Take care, and to be safe.